channel. My name is Jessica. I am 20 and I am the mom of a 5-month-old girl. Welcome to my channel. I am going to be making lots of videos about lifestyle, motherhood, family vlogs, that kind of thing. But today I was really reflecting on like my pregnancy and like just I guess life really. Like I was just getting all introspective. And I thought that I would talk about things that I wish I knew when I found out I was pregnant at 19. Because pregnancy is really scary. Like it's really exciting, really scary because there's a lot of unknowns and just a lot of changes. Both with your body, with your relationships, with your life. Like it's a really big life event, obviously. And getting pregnant young at 19 taught me a lot and put me through a lot of emotions and experiences. And so when I found out I was pregnant, the first thing I did was go onto YouTube and started looking at other people's stories who had also gotten pregnant around 19. And I just wanted to make some videos that I think my past self would have really enjoyed to watch. So this video is just things that I wish, like I said, I knew when I found out I was pregnant. So number one, when I found out I was pregnant, like I didn't know anything about pregnancy or like how it worked. Well, I knew the basics, but like I didn't know any of the details. And so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was normal. And early on in my pregnancy, I had like slight spotting. And this threw me over the edge because I was so anxious. Like, you're not supposed to bleed during pregnancy. Like, why am I having this spotting? Like, oh my god, like I was picturing the worst things that could have happened. But I realized through one of the doctors and Googling and talking to other moms that spotting can be normal early on. So this is mostly a note to my past self, but also just something that I really needed to hear, is that spotting, while it can be a sign of something being wrong, can also be completely normal early on. And although I would never say don't go to a doctor over it, don't automatically stress. Like a little bit of blood here and there isn't always the worst thing that can happen. It happened to me, it's happened to lots of moms that I've talked to, and it is completely, it's not completely, but it can be okay. Okay, so that was number one. That was just like one of my biggest anxieties early on in pregnancy, was spotting. So that can be normal. Okay, number two. Pregnancy, while amazing and beautiful and life-changing and all the positive things that it is graphic. It has a lot of changes that I was not expecting, things that I never would have even considered being a factor, and I spent a lot of time on Google while I was pregnant, like Googling, is this normal, is that normal, like can I eat this, can I eat that? Like I was hyper anxious about everything because I was just so stressed and so nervous of the unknowns that I Googled everything under the sun. And so some big things that I needed to hear when I got pregnant and like as I was progressing were things that are completely normal, that every woman, mostly every woman, will go through or have while pregnant. And it does not make you gross or icky or like out of the normal, and it's not weird and like whatever. Completely normal, completely graphic, but it happens to everybody mostly. Some big ones that like freaked me out at first because I'd never even thought of these changes were leaking colostrum from my nipples. That was frightening because I was like, what on earth is happening? Like, am I about to go into labor? Like, I knew nothing about what that meant. Completely healthy, completely natural, normal. You can leak through your bra, you can leak through your shirt, you can get it on your sheets. It's completely normal. There's nothing wrong with you. It is healthy, and that's all I can say. It's normal. Number two is stretch marks. I gained 50 pounds in my pregnancy over 41 weeks, and I dropped it all within the week I gave birth, week after I gave birth. So naturally, stretch marks and loose skin completely are a thing. And like, no matter what you see on TV or like all the moms that you see that are so hot and blah blah blah, it happens and it's normal and natural and nothing we can do about it. Like obviously if you want to get back in shape, good for you. If you don't want to get back in shape, good for you. It's completely normal. beautiful. It's a part of life. You created a life, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And I wish I fully understood that when I first noticed I had really bad stretch marks all around my lower tummy. I just wish I knew how many of us actually do get those, and the loose skin is just a part of that. So those are two things. What else? Your nipples change. They'll get bigger, they'll get darker, normal. Your boobs will get bigger, saggier maybe, normal. Swelling. By the end of the third trimester, when I was like 33 weeks up, I'll say, my legs and feet and calves and ankles disappeared. Like they all just went into one shape, and it frightened me because I was like, oh my god, I look terrible, and why am I like so swollen? So that's normal as well. Very ugly, yes, uncomfortable, incredibly. Raise your feet, kick back, relax. It happens. Obviously, excessive swelling and headaches and that kind of thing can be a sign of something more like serious, but for the most part, subtle swelling is normal, and it happens to the best of us. You're carrying so much extra weight and fluids that it can happen. So those are three things. Was that three? I think so. Those were 3 or 4, like boob changes, spotting. Did I already say spotting? No, that was my last one. I'm confused. Anyway, those are all normal, and I just needed to hear that for myself back when I was pregnant, because those were some things that I was stressed about, and I was like, am I gonna be the only one? Like, nobody else is going through this. I'm gonna look so ugly after I give birth. And the fact of the matter is that we created a life, human life, for 9 to 10 months, carried and nourished and whatever else. So obviously your body is not gonna look the same as it did before, which can be challenging, especially as a young mom, because all your friends, or all my friends anyway, are hot and fit and living their lives, and here I am with stretch marks, extra skin. I gained a little bit of weight, but I have a beautiful daughter, and that's just the price I have to pay for it. So that's that one. Okay, this one's really important to me because I found myself doing this a lot, and that is that I wish I could tell myself, do not, I'm so low, okay, do not compare your pregnancy to others. Just because somebody else went through something, or somebody else's pregnancy did this, or they did this during their pregnancy, or whatever the circumstances may be, don't compare yourself to somebody else's pregnancy, because it's not your pregnancy. Like, I was so anxious because I'd read these horror stories of like going into preterm labor, and I'd like start reading into myself and like stressing out when I hit like 28 weeks. I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be me. And I wish I could tell myself to stop comparing myself to other people, because although it could happen, it took a lot of the fun out of being pregnant, because I just put so much focus on other people's pregnancies and like these outcomes and whatever else, that I was so stressed all the time, and I was Googling everything. And I wish I could just go back and say, like, this is your pregnancy, it's gonna have its own outcomes, challenges, whatever. So stop putting other people's stories into your mind constantly, because it really took away from the enjoyment. Like I said, I was so focused on how other people's pregnancies turned out and like whatever, and not even in the bad ways. I was just like, oh my god, like she looks so cute, and she's like 30 weeks pregnant, and I look fat and like a whale, and I'm 25 weeks pregnant, and like, why do I look so ugly, but she's carrying her baby so beautifully? And that's just so toxic. I wish I didn't do that, and I wish I could say I didn't do that, but I needed to hear it. So, past me, stop it. And if you're pregnant right now, stop it, enjoy your own pregnancy, and don't worry about anybody else's. It's your pregnancy, it's your baby, beautiful. No matter what you're going through, beautiful. Okay, number 5, 4, 5, I don't know. Enjoy being pregnant. I know it's got all of its terrible symptoms. You got backaches, nausea, can't roll over in bed, you're sweating, you're heavy, you feel gross, like peeing yourself, whatever. It's got lots and lots of challenges, but it is so beautiful. And even if you don't have the best experience being pregnant, I promise you that when like you deliver your baby, there's gonna be times that you miss being pregnant. And that's especially true for me. I wish I could have gone back and enjoyed being pregnant just a little bit more, because I was so anxious to meet her and I was like, oh my god, it feels like it's taking so long. But in the end, it went by really fast. I know it doesn't feel like it in the moment, and I really miss the moments of having her in my belly kicking all to myself. So definitely enjoy the little things in your pregnancy, even if you're going through it and like, you know, you're tired and whatever else. Enjoy it, because it will not be forever. It will end and you will miss that feeling and you'll never get to go back to it again. Okay, I think number 5 is that nothing goes to plan. I was so caught up in like making lists and plans and like my pregnancy is gonna go like this, my birth's gonna go like that, after the baby comes this is how it's gonna be. Not true, doesn't work, throw it all in the trash. I wish I would have learned to be more, what's the word, more in the moment, I guess, spontaneous, simply because I got so caught up in like how I wanted things to be, and I'd read other people's birth stories and I was like, oh, that sounds beautiful, or you know, after the baby comes it's gonna go like this. Not true, doesn't work. Live in your moment and don't get too caught up on making plans. Obviously plans are good and they're important and they keep you organized, but with babies and childbirth and pregnancy they don't always work. And like for myself, for example, I had this beautiful plan of like music playing during my labor, and I was gonna go into labor on my own, deliver a baby through epidural, like naturally, vaginally, and then I got the complete opposite of that. I got a terrible induction, Foley balloon, turned C-section. So if I wasn't so caught up on making my own plans, I don't think that would have been as devastating as it was to me. But every birth is just unique, as is a pregnancy, and I ended up loving it because it was my own. So I wish I would have realized that nothing goes to plan, and I cannot obsess over every little detail, and just to enjoy it in the moment. That's like my biggest theme of this video, I guess. Enjoy it in the moment, because it goes by so fast and you're really gonna miss it. Okay, I'm slowly sliding further and further down because I've been sitting on my feet and I can't feel them anymore. So that's why I'm suddenly like an extra foot down, because I'm sitting on the floor. Okay, number 6, and this is the most important one that me, when I found out I was pregnant 1 year ago, needed to hear. And that is, no matter your circumstance, no matter like how you found out you were pregnant, or if you're ready or not, or planned or unplanned, everything is going to be okay. And I really needed to hear that for myself. I got so stressed, especially in my circumstances. Like I had to finish school, I was living in a different country, like there were so many unknowns, how was I going to tell my mom, like everything under the sun. But here I am a year later, my daughter is 5 months old, and everything's okay. All the stress that I went through putting myself through while pregnant, which is not good, don't do that, was all unnecessary, because it all worked out. And no matter where you are in life, you will find a way to do it. That's just how us moms do. But it will all be okay. This was meant to happen. And the second you hold your child, if you're pregnant right now and watching this, all the stress of everything is going to disappear, and you will figure it out, and you will know that this is exactly what you wanted to happen, even if you had no idea. So those are my biggest things that I wish I knew before I found out I was pregnant. Lots of graphic stuff, like you're gonna go through a lot. Drop your dignity at the door when you get to the doctor's offices after like 30 weeks, because they're gonna be all up in everything. Slow down and live in the moment, even if you're uncomfortable and you're like, I know you're excited to meet your baby, but you will miss it and it'll go by so fast, and you're gonna look back and forget everything because you're just too busy looking ahead. So enjoy it in the moment, and everything is going to turn out exactly how it's supposed to. So don't stress, don't overplan, live in the moment, and enjoy your pregnancy, your baby, your birth for what it is, and that is unique. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see some more videos like this. I'm going to be making a lot of more talking videos and advice and tips, or just my experiences, but I also want to do some more family vlogs with myself, my daughter, and my fiance. So stay tuned for that if you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.